Have you ever wanted to know what the whitest states in the United States? So today you're going to find out. It's not just racists that want to know the demographic of a location. When I said white, I mean that US Census considered only on white. These rankings are based on the percentage of the population that is considered white. Says a lot about the state of America today when people being curious about demographics is considered racist. Also, it's crazy to me that it's seen as evil to recognize that people tend to congregate with others of their own race or ethnicity. You can acknowledge that diversity and tolerance are good things, but it also shouldn't be controversial to prefer to interact mostly with others of your kind. What's really weird to see? They all have some of the lowest population in the density. Population density is the biggest factor in crime. Means more problem. Alrighty. So let's roll, baby. Number 10, Nebraska. Nebraska is extremely white. About 25% of the state's residents were born in foreign countries like Dane, Swedes, Irish. Nebraska's population is predominantly white, making up a significant 82.1% of the state's total population. Number 9, Montana. Montana with the blonde hair, blue eyes. People originally Italian and German settled in Fergus and Park counties. Many German came from North Dakota and Canada, and a lot of cattlemen that landed in Montana. Montana is home to a population where a significant 89% identify as being white and diverse. From Native American tribes like Crow and Cheyenne to the traces of Spanish explorers, Montana reflects a tapestry of diverse influences. We have now number 8, Utah. Utah has a history of being so white. With its population being predominantly white, Utah stands unique in its cultural blend, adding an interesting layer to its demographic fabric. To delve deeper into numbers is the high percentage of white residents that primarily shapes its demographic landscape. The state's rich cultural mix is, of course, not just about race. Each state's demographic diversity reflects its unique charm, and Utah is no exception. 90.6% of Utah population is considered white. Alright, number 7, Iowa. The demographic profile of Iowa is heavily tilted towards the white population, which comprises a significant chunk of its total populace. This isn't a random phenomenon. Early 1840s, a majority of the settlers that came to Iowa from Scandinavian countries, some were Dirk, German or Irish, Scots and Welsh. Numerous factors, including historical migration trends, economic opportunities, and cultural inclinations. These elements coalesce to define the demographic identity of a state like Iowa. Intriguing, reflecting shifts in the socio-economic landscape that have occurred over the years. This day's 90.6% of the population of Iowa is white, my friend. Number 6. Wyoming. The British, the Germans, Italians, the Basque, and the Greek represented about 1/5 of Wyoming's territorial population. From the last few years, Wyoming has become very popular with just about everyone. 92.5% population of the Wyoming and totally white. Number 5, Idaho. Idaho is quite the reputation for being very white. It has always been that way. Late 20th century. Large majority of the settlers were English. Many before statehood it seemed like a really great place to them because there wasn't much government. 93.0% of Idaho population considered as white. Alrighty, number 4, New Hampshire. This is one of the another state which should be no surprise to anyone. New Hampshire being a part of New England, but in 1799s. They started being joined there by tons of Scottish and Irish immigrants. These days, 93.1% of New Hampshire's population is considered white. Alright, let's keep the ball rolling. Number 3, West Virginia. West Virginia, kind of strange. I thought they would be a little bit higher, as in the percentage, unlike most cities in the United States. West Virginia cities really don't have a lot of diversity. The history began in mid-1700s when Scottish, Irish, and German settlers from Pennsylvania came to the area. These days, 93.5% population of West Virginia, considered as white. Number 2, Vermont. Remember everything I said about a New Hampshire? Well, it's the totally copy of Hampshire, right next to each other. And they always seems to show up really close on lists for school, economy. They're always right next to each other, not only for school or economy, also for every stat. These days, 94.2% Vermont population is identified as white. Alrighty, number 1, Maine. Maine, a state notable not just for its stunning landscapes, but also for unique demographic composition. The state is predominantly populated by white residents, with an astounding percentage that consistently falls into the high 90s. This makes Maine one of the states with the highest concentration of white residents in the country. The demographic dynamics of this state are intrinsically tied to several factors. For one, Maine's rural character plays a significant part in shaping its demographic makeup. Furthermore, the state records limited immigration and comparatively low birth rates among non-white residents, which further solidifies its current demographic profile. As we delve deeper into the diversity or lack thereof in the U.S., let's move on to the state that tops the list as the whitest state in the U.S. 94.4% population of the Maine is considered as white. Alright, hope you all enjoyed it. Alright everyone, I'll see you later. Bye!